And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. 4 years apart, with similar height and some differences in reach. All right, now for the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, a referee in charge of the octagon, Yves Loving. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
This is absolute. Has had 2 fights in the UFC, and look at what he's rousing here in the O2 Arena. We got to talk about the fights.
I'm here with the highlight, one of the best to ever do it, ladies and gentlemen. Justin, you publicly said this is the last champion of your career. You want to go out with the title. Give us your thoughts on what tomorrow night means to you.
Oh, it means everything. I've committed my whole life to this, and this is every fight's the biggest. This is the biggest fight of my life. I cannot wait to carry the sergeant stripes on my back and represent this country like it should be represented.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Justin Gaethje, ladies and gentlemen.
Justin, Paddy says he's been preparing for you like he prepared for the Michael Chandler fight. Is that a mistake, and why is this different from Chandler?
Well, you obviously seen me fight Chandler. I have, better skills, and I beat him. But I don't care what he says, what he thinks. If he thinks I'm Michael Chandler, again, it goes back to my first statement. I love everything he's saying right now.
And last one, your manager said he would like to see you fight Conor McGregor at the White House. At this stage in your career, would you take the money fight, or would you be focused on the undisputed title next?
I'm only focused on Paddy Pimblett, January 24th. How many times do I gotta say I don't expect to be alive after these fights? I go in there willing and ready to give everything, and that's the same. I'll be on the White House card no matter what. Who I'm fighting doesn't matter.
Some critics think you don't have enough experience for a title fight. What is the moment, the fight that earned you this title shot?
Winning my last fight, being on a 7-fight win streak, the longest in the lightweight division. The critics can stick it up their asses. I'm the one who's fighting for the belt.
From the very beginning, Paddy made it clear he viewed this as something deeply personal, not just another fight on the schedule. The way he spoke about chasing Justin showed intent beyond simply winning rounds. He wanted to leave lasting damage, to defeat Justin in a way that carried consequences even after the final bell. When the possibility of a drawn-out war was mentioned, Paddy didn't hesitate. He openly spoke about his heart, his toughness, and his belief that he could go 5 hard rounds with someone like Justin. Yet almost immediately, he dismissed that scenario, making it clear he never expected the fight to last that long in the first place.
We know Justin Gaethje is known for his iconic backflip. If everything goes for you well, do you have anything up your sleeve come celebration time?
I'm not doing no backflip, me lads. Fuck that, I'll break my neck. Don't know, probably just start dancing like I always do, lad. I've got nothing special planned.
Shifted when Justin began referencing other fighters and how they had performed in similar situations. Paddy didn't back off. He stood firm and clarified that his comments about others being in bad shape came from an honest place, not disrespect. He doubled down, saying he wasn't concerned if people took offense. In that moment, Paddy came across as fully confident, someone comfortable being unpopular if it meant applying pressure and keeping the psychological edge on the other side.
Usually when we think of Gaethje, we think of wars, we think of back and forth scraps. Do you think this is going to be a dominant one-way traffic performance by yourself?
That's our job, innit? We're meant to hate each other. That's what everyone's here to see. You know what I mean?
Is part of you hoping that maybe Justin can finally be the one to drag you into a war, take you to the full 5 rounds and see what your medal is made of?
Yeah, of course, but I know I've got that in me anyway. I know I've got the heart and the desire to go 5 rounds with a warrior like Justin Gaethje, but it's not going to go that long. As I say, I'm going to put a beating on him, and it's going to be like he's never had before, and I can't wait to show everyone just how good I am.
As the discussion moved forward, comparisons to other top-level grapplers naturally came up. Paddy leaned into the idea of being underestimated, pointing out that people often assume they understand his game, and they're usually mistaken. Rather than measuring himself against anyone else, he emphasized that his approach is unconventional and difficult to predict, setting him apart from typical comparisons.
Do you feel like you're representing the legends against the disrespectful new breed here?
I'm still in it. Legends retire. I ain't retired yet. I'm still in it. The fire is still as bright and as hot as it's ever been, and I cannot wait to fight this guy.
But Dustin's never got a nice word to say about me, lad. So, what, I was honest and said he looked like shit against Gaethje. Fucking hell, stop fucking crying, you gonna
That wasn't even the fight you were talking about. You said his last fight.
Which? No, I'm saying Dustin looked like shit against Holloway. That was what I said.
You would also look like shit against Holloway.
Well, we'll see. Once I beat you, I could end up fighting.
Just dangerous, and still motivated. He explained that Paddy's awkward, unorthodox style is something that has to be solved early, but once the puzzle is cracked, the balance of the fight begins to shift. Justin spoke about building momentum 1 round at a time, stressing that the longer the fight goes, the more it favors him. When he referenced the later rounds, it wasn't out of curiosity, it was confidence, a belief that once he figures Paddy out, the fight naturally starts moving in his direction.
Yesterday that you're no Khabib Nurmagomedov on the ground and he's going to fight you with no fear in that area. Do you think he's going to be surprised about your ground game if it does go there?
Everyone's surprised by my whole game when they fight me. No one expects me to be as good as I am. Everyone underestimates me, but it helps in my favour. Know what I mean? It makes the fight easier for me because everyone underestimates me. And I'm not Khabib. No one else is. I'm me. Know what I mean? And I'm an even harder puzzle to solve. I'm proper weird. You knew what Khabib was coming to do. You don't know what I'm coming.
Questioned about his style and game plan, Justin made it clear that intelligence comes first. He explained that his approach is built around pressure, staying right in Paddy's face and eliminating space. His goal, he said, is to deny breathing room entirely, crowding his opponent and making sure there's nowhere to reset or feel comfortable.
I ain't retired yet. I'm still in it. The fire is still as bright and as hot as it's ever been, and I cannot wait to fight this guy.
But Dustin's never got a nice word to say about me, lad. So, what, I was honest and said he looked like shit against Gaethje. Fucking hell, stop fucking crying, you gonna get
That wasn't even the fight you were talking about. You said his last fight.
Which? No, I'm saying Dustin looked like shit against Holloway. That was what I said.
You would also look like shit against Holloway.
Well, we'll see. Once I beat you, I could end up fighting him.
Well, you won't be fighting him.
Justin, you said you want to drag Paddy specifically to the later rounds. Is that because you just want to test him there, or have you seen something in his performances that make you know you can have success there?
No, it's just what I find the most success. He's weird, he's awkward fighting style, and it's gonna be a little puzzle. I'm gonna have to figure it out through the first round. And similar to my other opponents, I constantly am building momentum, and this is a battle of momentum. And I said I'm gonna dog walk this motherfucker.
If he lasts that long.
You've alluded to getting into the 4th and 5th rounds with Paddy. Is this a fight that you think you can be cautious in, or do you think you'll have to fight wide open?
I think I need to fight smart. At the highest level, you cannot make mistakes. And if you watch all the champions, they're moving forward. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to be in his chest. I'm going to put my head in his chest. You got really long arms. It's going to be hard to hit me when my head's in his chest.
Explosive, dangerous, and capable of turning a fight on its head in an instant. Israel highlighted Justin's punishing leg kicks, his relentless forward pressure, and the way he's built his reputation by wearing down anyone who stays in front of him too long. That's exactly why this fight feels so significant. Paddy may have momentum on his side, but Justin has lived in these moments before, where a single error is all it takes for everything to change.
Paddy says he's been preparing for you like he prepared for the Michael Chandler fight. Is that a mistake? And why is this different from Chandler?
Well, you obviously seen me fight Chandler. I have, better skills and I beat him. But I don't care what he says, what he thinks. If he thinks I'm Michael Chandler, again, it goes back to my first statement. I love everything he's saying right now.
And last one, your manager said he would like to see you fight Conor McGregor at the White House. At this stage in your career, would you take the money fight or would you be focused on the undisputed title next?
I'm only focused on Paddy Pimblett, January 24th. How many times do I gotta say I don't expect to be alive after these fights? I go in there willing and ready to give everything. And that's the same. I'll be on the White House card no matter what.
Israel described this matchup as the toughest challenge of Paddy's career so far and explained why it feels so perfectly balanced. To him, it's a clash of eras, the old guard against the new wave, raw momentum versus years of history. He even connected it to his own journey, saying these are the kinds of fights that define who you truly are as a fighter. According to Israel, Justin doesn't need to reinvent himself or overthink anything. He just has to be who he's always been. At the same time, he admitted that Paddy being the favorite isn't accidental. That status has been earned. In the end, Israel leaned slightly toward Paddy, not because Justin lacks the tools to win, but because Paddy has consistently answered every test placed in front of him. He added that if the fight stretches into deeper rounds, Paddy genuinely believes that's where he thrives, and Israel made it clear that's what he's most curious to find out, whether that belief holds up when it truly matters.
He's still the violent highlight. So, yeah, but again, that kind of stuff is fuel. If you choose to use it as fuel. So, he seems like he is.
What should Gaethje's approach to this fight be?
Fucking be Gaethje. Just be Gaethje. Be you. Do you. You know who you are. So don't let them tell you who you are. Show them who you are. Leg kicks is good, but don't start for leg kicks. Start off with his, Gaethje has a nice jab. He likes to stay in the mid-range, so he'll be able to jab Paddy, but Paddy as well has, if he uses his jab well, he'll be fine. I think Paddy will be on the back foot first, and if he cracks Gaethje, then he'll be the one dictating the pace, but Gaethje will be the first one dictating the pace, in my opinion, in the first few exchanges, or in the first round. Gaethje has to also be careful because Paddy hits hard, but Gaethje can eat him. Look, there's a reason Paddy's the favorite in this fight. Again, I'm just going to follow the script today. Today I'm following the script.
What, smart money?
Yeah, just smart money. So if I say Paddy in this fight.
He looks closely at Justin's recent fights. The area that really boosts his confidence in Paddy is the grappling. He highlights how Justin has been taken down or controlled on the mat, even by opponents who aren't known for their wrestling or submission skills. There were moments where Justin found himself stuck in uncomfortable positions, unable to create space or escape with any real urgency. In his view, that's where the gap shows. If Paddy manages to put Justin in those same situations, he believes the outcome changes.
Fiziev fight ends up being a close decision where he builds as the fight goes on and starts breaking him in the third round. Both times that seemed to happen. But Fiziev took him down in round one. Pure striker Fiziev. Took him down in round one and had him in an inverted triangle. And had him there for a while. And I think he could have done a lot more work from that position if he kind of knew the position he was in. But it seemed like once Fiziev ended up there, he just started hitting the body a few times and then thought, I don't know where to progress from this position. If Pimblett ever ends up landing on Gaethje in like one of those precarious positions, it's going to be immediate, like a lat single triangle on the arm, wrench, go round to the back. It's going to be like a systematic jiu-jitsu difference that Oliveira had, but after drop.
Goes on to explain that if a takedown does happen, he doesn't imagine it coming from a clean, textbook shot in open space. Instead, he sees it unfolding in the chaos, during an exchange, in the middle of a brawl, or with Justin being backed up toward the fence. A strike lands, momentum shifts, and suddenly Paddy is on him. From there, it's about control. Paddy locks his hands, gets the body lock, and uses the cage to take balance away before dragging him down. And once it hits the mat, everything changes instantly. The pace slows, the danger flips, and the fight moves into Paddy's world, where one small mistake can turn into a submission in seconds.
So I'm going to go with Pimblett by submission. I think at some point he'll end up on top of Gaethje. Will that be from a takedown? I think he could if he gets the body lock. I think he could. I don't think I see him shooting single leg or a double leg on Gaethje and getting it. But if they end up brawling and he shoots in while he bounces off the cage and gets the body lock and drags him like he did to Chandler, I could see it there. I could see it happening there. I could even see him dropping Gaethje or wobbling him on the feet. Gaethje does get wobbled and dropped. He's been wobbled and dropped. He's been flatline KO'd. So it can happen to him, you know, where he ends up in that stumbly mode. And in that stumbly mode might be where Pimblett could get a takedown for a submission.
Tim Welch broke down Justin's power, especially how it shows up in fast, aggressive exchanges. He pointed out that when Paddy blitzes forward, his chin is exposed, and that's exactly where Justin excels. Tim emphasized how Justin can plant his feet, absorb pressure, and fire heavy counters like the right hand and left hook with deadly effect, but he didn't overlook Paddy's strengths. Tim noted that Paddy thrives in chaos, feeding off the energy of hectic, unpredictable fights. When Justin overswings and loses balance, it creates openings for takedowns, clinches, or back control, situations where Paddy feels right at home. Tim made it clear, Justin's aggression can work in his favor, but losing position could land him in serious trouble. The face-off between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje gave fans a clear preview of the intensity to expect. Both fighters were locked in, focused, and ready, signaling that this won't be an easy night for either competitor. Predictions are split. Some believe Paddy's style and relentless energy could dominate, while others trust